them.
Jeez. All right, let's talk about PvP. This is probably the area of the game that is getting the most love, arguably, from 3.2.
I think this is definitely the best segment of the patch.
Yeah, there is some definitely beefy sections of this PvP portion. So we're going to be seeing the addition of the Feast.
Nom 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 nom.
That will that's what they've been calling Wolves Den 2. So it comes in 5 variations. 8v8, purely fun, no ranking system. Can enter as a solo or a duo. Why not a full group? A full group if there are 8. If it's not ranked,
yeah, if
that doesn't make sense.
Why can't I party with the full group?
Yeah, solo or duo. I mean, you know, we finally got the changes to the duty finder and the roulettes coming in this next patch. Like, this just seems like really weird. The queue restrictions.
That is a really solid QOL update.
Hold on. For the 8v8, you know, when they say purely for fun, no ranking system, I think this is just for people, you know, to go in there, see what it's like to be put into a situation like this. And if you could grow up as an 8v8, right? And let's say you get 8 randos versus, you know, these fucking pros who have been tossed in there,
Joe Never
wiping your fucking face.
Joe Never and company.
Suddenly, it's not going to be that one's not going to be fun anymore.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, they do have the 4v4 light ranked, and the last 4 is basically you have solo unranked, solo ranked, so a practice mode, and then they have going in as a party of 4v4 ranked and unranked, and they do have role restrictions.
Right.
Yeah, this is interesting that you actually
kind of
surprised me. I like it.
You have to bring a ranged DPS and a melee.
It's a lot
that's
more
really
balanced that way.
I like it because it does prevent just like whatever the flavor of the month is. It prevents that scenario. Like, oh, okay, this DPS is currently the strongest. Let's just throw 2 of them in the party and go.
Yeah,
that's 4 of them,
or 4 of them. Yeah.
Yep. And it's a lot more balanced, and then that way, I don't know. I feel like it also makes the queues shorter because every type of job is required.
Right,
so
one of each.
I don't know. I think if there were no types needed, the queues would be quicker because then you're just tossing people in.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be very balanced that way.
No, probably not.
The solo would be a nightmare if that was the case.
Players must be capped at level 60, obviously, and it will be capped item level 150.
Which is, I think, just a balancing thing.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Wait, well, that's a weird one because the dungeon gear, the very first level dungeon gear is 160.
Yeah, that's like
they want people to be PvPing as soon as they hit level 60, or have the option to. They don't want to have to grind for it, guys.
Okay, well, guess what? That means that the rewards in this PvP are going to be purely cosmetic again.
Not necessarily. Just because
the PvP, the only place morale matters is Wolves Den, right? It doesn't matter in front lines, right?
We don't know if it'll matter in this or not. That could be something that they're reworking that we won't see until the actual patch.
But I feel like the fact that PvP gear goes higher than 150, then again makes me not care about trying to get the PvP gear because I can't even use in PvP.
We did have that caller last week who very aptly identified that, you know, participation in PvP does not help anyone who is just participating in the game in a PvE environment, and vice versa. If you play this game mostly for PvP, then participating in PvE doesn't really get you any benefits. They're very segregated systems, and I guess I
think rightfully so.
But I feel like this is even more segregated though, because if the gear you get from PvP is still can't even be used in PvP because it's going to be level capped, then what's even the point of going for it?
Well, more segregation is fine, but what's kind of like weird about it is they seem to have this really, really, really big hard-on for balance, right? Obviously, the whole tank, DPS, range DPS, healer makes things balanced, but then it's also like everyone has to have the same kind of gear, and in that case, yeah, Juxta's right. PvP gear will only ever be cosmetic. So what's the point of putting stats on it? You know, in World of Warcraft, you had different ranks of gear, and you had to build up to those ranks to get the better gear to be competitive. Right. They're trying to limit this to being like purely skill-based.
Which is, I don't know that's not a terrible thing.
No, I guess not. Why put... I feel like if you're gonna... that's what it's going to be, right? That you're intending for PvP gear to only be cosmetic, then why not just make it only cosmetic? Why put these stats?
We're talking about WoW. Do you remember the frustration of getting into like the level 20 with the guy who's completely like twinked out on that and just wrecking your shit? That was frustrating as hell.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, why even bother having like item levels in PvP? Why even have gear that matters in PvP? Why can't you just go into PvP naked? Because I mean, item level 150, that's nothing. That's like you're leveling through the dungeons.
Yeah, if you're not at least at 150 by the time you hit 60, then you've been doing something wrong.
What are you doing with your life?
Not Final Fantasy 14.
Not the most important thing in the world. Final Fantasy.
Well,
14.
and that might just be the number that they chose because that's what the gear that you get like for the rewards at the end of the season is going to be.
Nah, that just seems really low.
I don't know. So rankings are broken up into tiers. There's unranked bronze, silver, gold, platinum, and diamond. Players win matches to accumulate points. Accumulating 1,000 points triggers a promotion series. Win 3 out of 5 in promo series and go up to the next rank. Riot Games employees question whether this sounds familiar.
Why? Because League of Legends was the first people to be like, you know what? Let's use the bronze, silver, and gold standard.
Yeah.
No,
Come on.
I was referring to the promotional series shit.
Because nothing else has ever done that before.
Who does? I don't know.
That type of thing has been synonymous with sports
It's
since
just-
forever.
What?
Not necessarily like professional level sports, but yeah, you've never been in like just random like tournaments and shit like that. You've never heard of like those things before. This,
Promotional series?
Yeah.
Not really, no.
well, get out more.
What sport is this? Lacrosse?
Still a sport,
Sure, but is that in lacrosse?
so long as it's not soccer.
Well, fair enough.
I just pissed off so many
What's
people.
wrong with soccer?
Nothing?
Just a thing to
Just
mention.
jabbing people.
Yeah, no, I honestly, I mean, are they cribbing on League? No, probably not.
No.
I doubt it. Anyway, so there will you will no longer win matches by wiping the enemy team out. Each player has 100 medals. You kill players to obtain their medals. When a player is out of medals, they're not worth anything anymore. So
I couldn't think of a nicer way to write that down.
Well, it also said that the more you kill one player, the less and less medals they drop. So there's no
Right.
benefit to just targeting the weakest or the worst player.
Yeah,
So-
that's cool.
which is
I
good.
dig that.
Right. So most medals as a team at the end of the game is the winner, and there will also be supply items that drop on the map during the battle.
This next part's my favorite part.
There is a heavy metal debuff for killing too many players in too short of a window.
So if you're too good, you make yourself a target.
Yes, you get weighed down with medals. You're just carrying too
Oh, I
many.
guess
you
it
got
is a heavy.
you got like 100
heavy thing.
medals on you, man. That's
Yeah,
heavy.
Exactly.
Yep.
And calling
That's
time.
an interesting.
Calling time debuff window. Debuff when no player has been killed for a period of time.
Which I think both of those are cool. I mean, the heavy metal debuff.
Those are cool
isn't-
aspects, yeah.
The concept isn't anything new because in PvP right now, if you get battle fever, you get stronger, but you also take more damage. Don't
Right,
ya?
right.
Right, and everyone also can see you on the map. They know where you are.
Yep. And the calling time debuff is just so that people don't turtle each other.
the sorry, were you going to say something, Nika?
No, I was agreeing.
The season resets every 3.5 months, so once about every major patch. Rewards for each rank are at the end of the season. Better rewards for more exclusive rewards as the rank goes up. I like the exclusivity part of it.
This next part makes me like I love it, but I also get salty because I know I'm not going to get it.
Exactly.
And I never will
Good.
get it.
Good.
I know it's good.
Good. Get salty. Diamond players will be given a full set of equipment. I'm sorry. I think that's actually given access to a full set of equipment with a completely new design. I like that. I dig that.
Yeah, I don't know if they actually give it, but it said you will be able to get the full set if you were finished
Finally,
diamonds.
okay.
This
all
is
right.
really, honestly, the first piece of glory gear. I understand that the stats won't matter, but it will be impressive to see people walking around in these pieces.
Are you guys ready for me to trigger everyone who listens to this show?
Why?
You guys ready?
Waiting.
Call of LBR and Swagatonis looking for a carry to diamond rank will pay.
Oh, you scumbag.
Well, okay. How?
You're the worst. You're just the worst.
He's got to have a benefactor to pay for his guild for everything. And the worst part is his benefactor's going to pay for it.
Well, let's think for a second. How will that work?
Skylar, are you triggered?
You're not even the bad person. You're not the bad person. Whoever carries you is the bad person.
This is what I'm trying. But hang on. I don't know how possible that is because can you really care in a 4-person party? If you are just going to get carried, you're going to get killed over and over.
It's
And
true.
I don't know
But
if this
I'm only worth so many medals for a certain amount of
right,
amount of
but
time.
if you're not- right, but if you're not putting out any damage and actually helping, that's 4 versus 3. I don't think your group can easily carry you if you're not
So
really
you're only
doing
going to be
much.
able to do that
Plus-
in the 4v4 light party, which is
and the
probably going to be the most competitive.
And the ranked matches too. Yeah, I don't think.
You will.
Yeah,
you would
and
be
no one-
Yeah,
surprised.
you're.
Guys,
This
I don't
is
know
the
if you guys obviously don't track World of Warcraft stuff, but
It's a
guess
thing.
what? Carries for like end game season arenas
It's a
happen
thing.
all the time.
Yes, it is a huge thing.
I just
Huge
feel
market.
like it's going to be kind of difficult. I mean, maybe
Yeah.
it'll be possible once we see it, but I just feel like it'll only have to be in ranked. It's going to be very competitive.
Well, of
and
course
it's
it
going
would
to
be in ranked.
Right. Well, no, obviously.
Please
which
carry
means
me to
people-
maximum rank and
Right.
unranked, guys.
Which what I'm saying is people aren't really going to want to do. I just feel like people
You're
aren't
not
going to
gonna-
want to do that.
Sorry, yeah, there's not going to be a team good enough that's not going to be able to win without your fucking
With
participation.
3 versus 4,
Yeah.
and when the
Come on.
4-person team is super competitive and is going to be
Exactly.
targeting you, I think it's not. I mean, I'm not saying it won't happen. I just don't think it's going to be very easy, and it
Yeah.
won't happen.
He's
very
gonna
often.
get to plat and just be stuck.
Yeah,
there.
exactly. It doesn't matter. It's not going to happen. Shut the fuck up, Kahlo.
And hey guys, guess what? Remember, Kalo's only worth X number of medals, 100 medals, and if the other team is good enough, which guess what, there is PvP teams that are good enough. Have you seen Joe play? Like those matches go back and forth
Right,
for like
but
5
once
minutes
Kalos
without
worth
one
less
person dying.
medals, people are going to start ganging up on the other people. So I don't think you can say that those people are never going to die in order to carry
Yeah,
people.
exactly.
Carlos' pro strategy is to get the heavy metal debuff on the whole enemy team.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You're going to have to be a team participant even if you're paying those people.
Oh yeah, I'm not going to say that I'd go in there and just sit there.
Well, that's what a carry is, you dingus.
No. A carry is someone who is
You just run in and wall yourself on T5 and get a carry. That's what he did.
Well, not necessarily. In PvP,
No,
I mean,
I participated in T5. I wasn't
okay.
dead for my T5 clear. Okay, so I guess I wasn't carried then.
Okay, so obviously Kalo is not the best at PvP. He goes to the people who are the best at PvP, who would never otherwise talk to him about PvP and say, hey, put me on your team. I'm not very good, but I have money. And they say, okay. And
But see,
then
I
he
feel like the
doesn't
people-
do he doesn't do
no.
great, but he's still going to be like
No, sorry.
a participant.
We'll
no.
see.
I feel
We'll
like
see.
the
I don't
people
see-
who
I don't
are
see
the best are going to have too much pride because they're going to want to be the best. And See, you can laugh all you want. Look at someone-
Nika,
no,
when you do
look at
something
someone-
good, you
listen,
never
listen,
do
no,
it
no,
for
no, no, no.
free.
Listen, say if someone like Joe Never's team, he wouldn't want to risk falling below number 1 in order to carry someone.
Nika,
It's
he's
not going to happen.
He's
Yeah, but
already
we're not
been-
talking about Joe Never. We're talking about random good team who's like, ooh, I like bank.
It's not even that. Guess what? These are in seasons. They get rank 1 season 1. Okay, they have rank 1. They don't need it again, so now they sell it.
Well,
But I don't think you're going to be able to get to rank 1 carrying someone over someone else who is not carrying someone. I just don't think it's going to be that easy.
Yeah, no.
Rank platinum or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to be able to get carried to plat. Sorry, bud.
This
Sorry.
sounds like a bet.
I just don't think you can.
No, I don't.
Do I smell a bet?
I'm not going to bet on it because the thing that concerns me the most is whether or not my benefactor will give me as much money as I need. That's the biggest question for me.
I mean, for anyone to even try, you're going to need a lot of gil, and then the fact that if they can even succeed is another story. So yeah, because you'd have to convince someone to kick out someone that's good for you for a lot of gil,
All right.
and then get to number 1. Good luck.
So,
Okay, Nika.
so that's what we're looking at for PvP adjustments. This scrub can try to leech his way to diamond. It'll never happen.
Damn, I'm good.
But let's go back.